What's up? I'm Jacquees and welcome back. I know I had this long hiatus where I haven't posted any videos in a while. I am working full-time and also in grad school, but if I'm being honest, time was not the reason why I haven't been posting. I was just spending all day on camera and I simply did not want to be recorded any more than I had to. I think I mentioned in a previous video that I was in the process of getting my real estate license. So I've passed all my exams and now I'm looking for a brokerage to join. I was actually supposed to meet up with a broker a couple of days ago, but those who are following me on Instagram may have heard me mention that I declined after I did not think the interview went that well. That's a plug. Follow me on Instagram. But I say all of this to say that real estate is one of my passions, and I believe it is one of the best wealth building tools, so you might hear me talk about it more on this channel. This video is about a real estate strategy that I believe is one of the most effective in helping you save while simultaneously building wealth. This strategy is called house hacking, and for those who've never heard of house hacking, this is simply: you buy a house utilizing an FHA loan or any first home owner loan programs that allows you to put down a small down payment. You live in this house for a minimum of 1 year while renting out any additional rooms in this house, with the goal that the rent you get from those rooms should cover the total mortgage payment or even get you some additional cash. And after this 1 year, if you so choose, you can move out, and the space you were living in, you can also rent out, which should bring you some additional income. Essentially, you will be living in this house without paying any rent or without paying any mortgage. This is kind of a foolproof strategy because let's say for instance you only break even, which means that the total rent you're receiving is exactly the same as your mortgage installment. In this instance, you are still benefiting because you're now living in this house rent-free. You no longer have to pay rent elsewhere, which saves you money, and you're also building equity in this property, which means that as time passes, the amount you owe on this mortgage decreases while the value of that property increases. So if you have to resell this property, you will be gaining a profit without having made any payments out of your own pocket. I know you're probably thinking in the worst case scenario, what if you buy this house and the total rent you're receiving does not fully cover the monthly expenses of this property, or you have a couple of months where the rooms are vacant? Well, let's create a scenario. Let's say you're living in an apartment and you're paying $1,500 in rent. You buy this property and the monthly expense it comes up to $3,000. You rent out 2 rooms at $1,000 each, which means that you're still short of $1,000. But you are paying $1,500 in rent, which means that now you're saving yourself by buying this house $500 each month. That $500 should be put aside for any unexpected expenses that might come up. There are a couple of things you could do to account for this before buying the property. You could run the numbers to see if they work. You could find out what the going rent is for a similar 1-bedroom in your market, or you could save up for a bigger down payment. A bigger down payment will lower your monthly mortgage costs. I also know that people have different comfort levels with this. You might not be willing to rent out to a complete stranger, but if you buy the house with the correct layout, you could rent out to someone and not even interact with them on a daily basis by renting out the basement, the garage, a detached room, or if you buy a duplex, you can live on one side of the apartment and then rent out the other side. You might also have a family member that lives nearby that is paying a lot in rent. You could offer them a lower rent by moving into your house. This is a win-win situation. They get a lower rent and you get help paying down your mortgage. Some of you should be house hacking by charging those grown children in your house rent. It is important that you do research on your market specifically because there are always people in your area who are doing house hacking successfully, and all you have to do is figure out what they are doing and how you can implement it as well. I would also advise that you contact an experienced real estate agent in your area who can help you run the numbers on a property to see if it's worth it for this strategy. If house hacking is something you want to implement, or you have some questions, or you've simply done some research on the topic, feel free to connect with me on Instagram. I'd love to hear the process is going for you. Check out the description box below for a link to Webull, which is a free stock trading app When you sign up on the platform and deposit $100, you get 2 free stocks. So go ahead and check that out. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And again, I am Jacques. Until next time.